Hey, how's it going? This is freaking trippy. This is so trippy. Okay, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. This is flying by the seat. And yeah, I got a couple notes and stuff, but I don't know, I just figured got a lot on my mind, got a lot to say most of the time, so might as well just start freaking talking and rambling to something. I don't know. I like it, I guess. But yeah, flying by the seat. I'm Aidan Huggins. Yeah, this is episode one. This is so trippy. This is so trippy. But yeah, into me. Oh, jeez, this is stressful. I don't know why am I so stressed. This is weird. I guess the background on me is a little bit. I grew up. I played baseball, played sports my whole life. I played in the States for a number of years. Went to a couple schools. That's not really important. But yeah, I did that. Yeah, I worked a couple pipeline jobs. Starting in 2022 or 2023. All timeline's messed up. Um, but anyway, so I should have backtracked. I'm 26 now. Yeah, played hockey, played baseball. Um, I guess the first place I went to junior college in Texas. Hated my fucking life there. Super miserable. I was just in a terrible place. A lot of childhood stuff just kind of followed into that. So it kind of just ruined my experience in a lot of ways from the outset, just being just so I was only there for a year, and then I was in Kansas for a year. That was its own struggle. Another junior college. Um, Played there, had some fun. And then I moved on to Illinois State. I was there for 4 years. Starting in fall of 2018. I'm trying to think. Yeah. And then I got done spring of 2022. Yeah. Yeah, then I'm backtracking a lot. Went to Pipeline pretty much 3 months after that. Just lost. Just like, what is going on? Like, who am I? Well, not to the fullest extent, but a lot of like, yeah, like what is going on? Where am I going? Um, yeah, what's this all even about? It was a freaking weird time too. So did that for like a year and a half, and then came home. Took took like a year off, just because I'm trying to get into firefighting. Um, that's like that's my goal. That's my new dream, as people say, the dream or whatever. I don't. Yeah, whatever. It's more of a destination I wanted to get to than a dream. For me, a dream is something that's just ethereal. It's not real. Doesn't touch Earth until you start putting things in motion, and then it's no longer a dream. It's something that could be a reality. Dreams aren't reality. There's pieces of reality in there, but it's not. So I don't like to think that it's a dream or whatever. But yeah, um, yeah. So took a year to do that. Got a bunch of certificates and all that, and applied to a couple fire departments. Did not get on my first go. Shocker. Uh, have enough ego to think somehow I'm going to be the exception, even though it's very seldom ever the case from what I've heard as far as Canadian firefighting goes and stuff like that. But yeah, so then I did that, did some traveling, went overseas for the first time. That was pretty cool. Um, yeah, a lot of perspectives along the way. A lot of shedding of what I think is real, what I think is the things that I guess the way things ought to be. Um, in the process of I guess coming from school to real life, and you know as a kid, it was like the dream to be like a professional athlete, you know, and it's odd how now I say that's a dream because that was never that was never something that was going to be real. And then I see that kind of clear now. It's just like, yeah, it would be really cool to be one, but it's like there's not. That's it's weird. It's limiting. I feel like there's so much more out there than just I'm a baseball player and this is this is what I do. There's a lot more to who I am, and yeah, so it's been weird trying to put all that together and figure out what I'm actually here for. Like, what is the purpose? Like, what is my purpose? Um, yeah, this is weird. I have like some notes, but it's just like you can tell I'm kind of just rambling. Bear with me. This is gonna be messy. Um, I mean, bear with me. There's gonna be one person, zero. There might even be zero. I don't know how. Like, probably zero. I'm just gonna assume that no one's gonna watch this. So whatever. Um, yeah, it's very brief background. Not enough for you to be like, oh, this guy knows something because he did baseball and he's doing other things now. He must know something. I don't need to know anything about him to know that he knows something. Whatever. I guess like the main thing I wanted to freaking kind of start talking about for myself is working through like just like these feelings of feeling like isolated, and it's taken a long time to kind of know that it's okay to feel that way, and it's scary, and it's gonna be scary forever. But what's scarier, the thought of being isolated or actually fully isolating yourself? Because I could feel isolated in my mind, but and with all things considered, like I still have friends in the States. There's yeah, I wouldn't say I necessarily have a lot of friends here per se, but I find my friendships growing in those that I love in my family. So I'm nourished, but it's been a struggle of like, oh crap, I'm back here and like I didn't hold on to any of these relationships, and I beat myself up about all these things like, oh, it's like maybe I should have, or this or that or whatever. And it's like there's a cost, there was a cost to getting to where I needed to be. And I felt guilty about that because it's like you want to be there for everybody, but you can't be there for everybody. Then you're just a people pleaser, and that's what I have been, majority of my life. Is just I gotta make sure that they're okay, and I say this, and then they see that they're seen, and then this, and then this, and it's like, ew, it just keeps you in this hamster wheel of just like locked in, worried about everything else but yourself, and then you eventually kind of find out that like, oh, why did I put all that effort in? Like, what was it for? Because the people that I'm so concerned about, it's like they're doing their own thing all of the time. All the time. Like, they have their friends and whatever, but like, no one is really that caught up in you. And if they are, it's because, from my experience, this is my perspective, because this is what I have done, they're not in the best place because they're clinging to attachment. They're clinging to something to make them feel like they're not alone. And the case is that we kind of are alone, even if we have great families, which I do. Great families, great support system, everything. No one will truly understand you as you understand yourself. So in essence, you are alone. But that's not a bad thing either, like at all. But yeah, like just the feelings of isolation are huge, 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 huge. And the biggest thing is, for me at least, was just allowing myself to through fucking the fire and trial of error is like figuring out that it's okay to just exist as you are, and that as I am enough. As you are enough, you know? And you don't have to always try and be this version of yourself for something else in fear that if you're no longer that thing, then it's going to be taken away from you. You show, I guess, the authenticity that you want to. Maybe somebody sees that and then they take it as in, oh, like that's, I don't really like him. He's like this, they're like that. She thinks about herself too much, whatever, whoever. You know, that's them. That's theirs to own. Unless you're being a fucking asshole, then you gotta own that shit. But if you're scared of just like saying like what you're passionate about, or like what you like, and or someone says what they like and you're like, I'm not really into that. It's fine. They're not gonna fucking abandon you. And if they do, like they weren't meant for you. Like they got a lot going on that you should not be taking on. So yeah, like to get to where you fully would like to be, like where I would like to be, it takes owning yourself. If I want to get to a place where I feel free in isolation, it's not, it's flipping that to I'm truly not isolated. I just am uniquely myself. All these things that make me the individual that I am, and that's fine. You know, that's what it should be. You know, you shouldn't be worried about adopting all these other things for other people. And if you have somewhere that you want to go, how are you going to fully get there and be the best version of yourself in that place if you haven't owned everything about yourself? You know, you're still worried about this and that and whatever. Like if you just try and generally just be good and be kind, be present, and be considerate, but not overextending any of these things. Like you're not going to fully be able to embrace everything that comes from all that, you know? Oh God. This rambling's going to really get to me. I might have just even contradicted myself. I lost my train of thought. Who knows? Whatever. I believe that in where you want to be, you have to completely own yourself, own the things that you bring to the table. And to own yourself is to know yourself. So if you recognize that you have these things in you that are, I don't know, maybe different than what you have currently surrounded yourself with, that's fine. That's good. It's actually a good thing. You know, it's good to have unique traits, and you know, to not be absolved of who you are and fall into everything else. Because if you're just constantly burying what makes you unique because maybe something happened to you that showed you that that's not okay, it's like another damaged person might have hurt you or whatever. Oh God. I guess a big thing, I guess that comes with ownership of yourself, is that when you own the good and the bad and the things that you might not necessarily like but you hope to change or you are currently working on, or the things that you, and then the things that you love about yourself that you bring to the table, when you fully embrace everything, it kind of it gets a lot easier to manage uncomfortable situations, and also feeling like that someone might be isolating you. And what I mean by like might be isolating you is like you're having a conversation with somebody, a friend or whatever, and you start talking about, you know, things that you like, you love, where you want to go, and they're like not receptive to that, where there's like they're outwardly telling you that, or they're just like disengaging in conversation, or like whatever the case is. If I'm fully owning myself and I'm fully okay with myself, like that, you kind of start to recognize that that is not yours to also own. That's their own thing. Um, and that's fine, you know. It's okay. It's okay to not be heard. It's it's fine. Not everyone's gonna hear you. It just sucks when it's someone that's close to you. But then then you can realize that that dynamic for you probably needs to change. Maybe you don't invest as much in that person. Maybe just the dynamic, you don't put so much weight on their opinion anymore. Um, Not that you should have ever had a lot of weight on everyone's opinion to begin with. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough thing to own and to understand and to know for yourself. Like I'm still figuring that out. It's like, oh, there's just so much. Like we want to be approved of, and it's like starts from birth. Obviously, like you look at your parents, who where it's a whatever kind of family situation you have, whatever it is, or lack thereof, or guardian, whatever. Like you want to be accepted by them because you're a kid, right? They're this big figure. For me, it's like I want to be accepted by my father. I want to be accepted by my mother. I want to be accepted by my sister. Um, but it's not necessary to get to where you want. It helps your mind greatly at times, to feel like there's someone there that fully connects and understands and whatever supports all that kind of stuff. But you don't really need that to do something, do you? You need like finances and to be actually like, taken care of so you're alive. Yeah, fuck, of course. But to get to where you want to be, them telling you that you can do it is a boost, but those words aren't gonna just magically make something happen. You have to actually go out and do it. There's always somebody that's been in a situation, excuse me, where they had nothing. Like any kind of situation you can think of and fathom, it's probably happened throughout human history. There's so many fucking people in so many countries that are all going through human experiences. Do you think everyone just had a family and had like, no, obviously not. Like there are people that had to be their own parent, had to be their own guardian, had to be their own source of life and of opportunity. There's kids that maybe they had parents, their parents couldn't afford sending them um, to school, or maybe I'm not sure how every dynamic in a country works, but you know what I mean. So they had to find a way to get educated. They had to find a way to maybe get themselves to school. They didn't have a ride. They had to walk, fucking whatever. They had to do something for themselves. So everybody in some capacity has to start taking action for themselves. And they might even realize that that's what they're actually doing. So yeah, you just know that as hard as all of that is, if that's the situation you're in, and you have to be the one to do everything as far as provide your meals, provide your clothes, provide your shelter, transportation, get into your work, get into school, getting to whatever it is, getting to even the fun thing that you want to do. Even if you're not aware to it, your body knows that you can do it for yourself. Don't lose sight of your own power and your own ability to make things happen and create, because like support and everything like that, yeah, it can make things a lot easier, and it will. We all need at some point, like we're all indebted to each other in some degree. As far as like a billionaire doesn't become a billionaire just because they did something alone. No, they had to sell a product to fucking however many people. They needed something. But for them to get there, they had to have the power within themselves to not lose course. Because they had all the ups and downs too. Like, holy crap. Like, think about, like, freaking, I don't know, like Bill Gates or whatever that freaking, like, worked in his fucking garage and, like, had, like, dropped out of school and, like, had no fucking money. And look what, you know what I mean? Like, there was in essence, there's a belief that I am enough. Help will have to come in at some point, but to not waver and lose track is to know that I'm powerful enough to do this on my own, and I don't need anybody else to get to where I really want to be in my mind. There's a lot of contradictions in there, so bear with me. There's another thing, I guess it kind of ties into to all that, is when you recognize that you have an inclination to something and you have a desire, and you recognize that I have the ability to do certain things. Once you realize that for yourself, once there's a click, whatever it is, I'm really good at gaming, I'm really good at freaking talking to people, I'm really good at, I don't know, math, what, like, literally fill in the blank. That should be a switch right there. I have the ability to create. I have the ability to do something. Hold on to that. And when it comes to passion, don't let the opinions of people that aren't doing and aren't following their passion and their, I guess, inner compass deter you from what you're doing. Because maybe what you're doing is fucking crazy to them and sounds insane, because their concept of what that is just another world. Don't lose light, or don't lose sight of the light that's in you, okay? Because unless you let it, that won't really go away. Just trust yourself. Oh my goodness, trust yourself. And just go for things. The thing I really wanted to own for myself and continue to talk about is, it kind of ties into opinions and other people and the outside forces that can deter you from your path. And even the things that are in your head, self-doubt or feeling of unworthiness, or I'm not strong enough. These things only matter, and everything only really matters because we attached something to that. We made that matter for us. We made the decision to choose that. It's a weird thing to kind of wrap your head around, whatever, that everything, every thought, every decision, every avenue we go down, everything is our choice. You choose to believe the things you do. You choose to think the way you do. You choose to allow the things in your life that you allow in your life. Whether it's good, bad, freaking horrible, whatever the case is, you have chosen those things. So if I'm an outlet, this, whatever, and thinking that I have to use this, I have to do this, I have to think this, I have to because of this, that is a fallacy that's going to keep you in the same place. It's going to keep you down, because then your experiences are no longer for you, they're happening to you and in spite of you or against you. Everything is happening around you for you. That's a big thing to change perspective and to get to a place where you don't fear really anything. Like, you might get scared of things, yes, but you won't be living in fear and living in a stalemate necessarily as much. So yeah, just be selective in what you attach meaning to. We have the ability to discern what is for us, what is not for us. So if someone's freaking, it could be even little things, like someone's like kind of looking at you, like you're talking to someone, you can see like things. That's for me. I see like changes in your face and all that kind of stuff, and I can see that you're like not engaging, or you're just thinking something that's not aligned with what I'm trying to say to you, or if I'm really happy about something, and then you're kind of whatever, or you look away, or anything like that. Discernment can come in, and we can choose to believe that because that I don't get the full support, because they looked this way or they felt this way, and I could feel weird about it, they maybe even said something, we can choose to add value to that on our own. And we do. Because otherwise we wouldn't get so mad about it. To us, that person matters, maybe. You know? We care about what they... Because we wouldn't be talking to them if they didn't. So, garnering the ability to discern between what is about me and what's about them then is a huge, huge, huge thing. So, yeah, just developing discernment is huge. Yeah. And when we start to when we start to allow these things to fester, that's also a choice. We're choosing to be upset about that. It hurts, but we can then make the choice to acknowledge the hurt and then move on from it. Or we can choose to acknowledge it and then sit in it because it sucks so much, and I like that person is so cool. Oh, like they look like they have everything together, whatever. Throwing yourself in circles and really just overthinking in general, that's just going to take you off of where you want to go. It's going to delay where you want to go a little bit longer than maybe it should have or could have. Choices. We have the choice to believe and to put value into things and everything. So yeah, I don't know, this was messy. This is very messy. It's gonna slowly start coming together, but yeah, there's just like some big things I wanted to get out. Those are some of the things I want to get out there. It's just feelings of isolation are totally fine. It's totally okay, and it's normal. It should be more normalized, because in essence, we truly are alone, but that doesn't dictate how we live our life then. And I say that we truly are alone is because, yeah, like I said earlier, there's like the truest version of ourself we know, and no one can really fully understand that. They will get maybe 99% of it, but there's still a percentage. There's still a point of they can't fully 100% because they are themselves. They have their own thing going on. So I think the more isolated that you can, not that you can, that you feel at times, that's kind of a good indication that unless you're being an ass, unless you're like literally pushing people out of your life because you're shooting up that heroin, you're freaking not paying your bills, you're screwing people out of money, like that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about when you feel you are trying to be better and go somewhere that you haven't gone before, and you feel lost and alone. That should be, you should be like, yes, I'm alone. I'm alone. There's so much power in that. There's so much power in own, because then you can just own yourself. You can choose to like deep dive and figure out more about yourself, and And then you can start figuring out like more about your skills and what you value, what you look for in other people, what you look for in anything. It can free you. It can truly free you. It's just perspective change. There's got to be a little bit of a, like, yes, I feel alone, but then am I truly really alone? Like I said, there's like contradiction. But when you walk out into the world and you connect with somebody that has an interest in you, that's how you know you're not fully alone. There's still a little, even if it's just a fucking, I like your car. You and I both like working out. I like snow. It's snow to foot out. It's continuing to snow. These connections let us know that we're not truly, and that we can find a lot of hope in that too. So yeah, own everything. Own everything, and don't shy away from the things that you know about yourself and the things that you know you want, or the places you know you want to be. Don't shy away from it. Don't let anybody or anything, any thought that you have, deter you off of that. Because if you do, you're choosing to. You're choosing to do that. And you'll pay a cost to choosing that, just like you'll pay a cost to choosing the other way. And that's okay. Like, things will happen, good and bad, if you stay on the path to where you want to go. That's fine. It's gonna suck at times, but what's gonna suck more? Following something and then maybe have a setback, or, oh, I don't know, I don't believe I can do it. I don't know. No one seems to think that I can do it. Everyone looks at me weird when I talk about it, so I'm just not going to do it. And I'm going to choose to believe that and choose to adhere to that. What's going to suck more? Changing what you know you want and letting go of what you know you want to satisfy someone else's feelings, or going for it? I think that satisfying other people and letting go of yourself is going to suck a lot fucking worse, because you're going to know that you did it. And then you're going to be even more lost. So, yeah, that's all I really got to say. Well, I think it'll be a process. I keep freaking, but, yeah, this was episode 1. Oh, I should have explained where the title even comes from. So flying by the seat, it just comes from the expression "flying by the seat of your pants." My mom's always told me that that's how she kind of sees, and it's funny because, like, I really have gone through so much of my life based on, like, intuition, instinct, and just going for something. So, like, where it was, I'll give you an example. Like, when I got an offer to go play at Illinois State, I was at that time a redshirt freshman. So I should have went into more history. When I was in Cisco, Texas, the first junior college, I ended up redshirting, which means that you are on the team. Your athletic year doesn't count. Your school does, but you're not going to play. So I left there. Like that. I got a lot of offers. I started talking to my, like, other high school coach, whatever. Like, I need to get out of here and help me, please. So I started getting these offers, right? And then I go to Cloud because it was comfortable. I had friends there, and it was whatever. Played there for 1 year. And my goal was, I'm going to play Division 1. It does not matter. Like, that was the goal. I'm not saying dream, because that was the goal. I could see it. I could feel it. I could touch it. I knew it. I knew that I was good enough to do it. So I played 1 year, and I get random calls throughout the year, yada, yada, yada. Nothing's really attaching. Schools are reaching out, but nothing. Like, I didn't ever get to an official visit. I never got past really, like, the early stages of a phone call. And then the summer comes around, and my coach is talking to me. He's like, well, we can bring you back. And, it didn't really go as we wanted it this year. Like, You would obviously love to have offers coming in, yada yada, but you can come back, you'll pay less money, you'll be in a good situation, like you'll be taken care of, you know, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like school years hasn't fully ended yet, so I'm like, whatever. Like, okay, like at least I know that I have that option. You know, I played good enough. He valued me enough to want me to come back, so that was good. Then I go back home, and there's still like not really much happening. A couple phone calls, and then I get a call from Illinois State. From who I'm trying to remember who it was. If I got a call or if I got a text, I think I'm pretty sure it was a text from the coach at the time. He's no longer there. Wally Crancer, and if I remember correctly, it was like, hey man, heard a lot about you. Talked to your coach. Unbeknownst to me at the time, I found out years later that there was a whole network of these other coaches that were um, um, talking about me, and they wanted me, but they didn't have room for me. And then one Division 1 coach, Western Carolina, shout out Western Carolina, big connection, 2 homies there, love you guys. Nick Hyde, Will Prater, you guys are fucking sick. Crazy connection there. But the head coach reached, because my coach at junior college reached out to him. He had then contacted Wally Crancer and he's like, hey, I heard about this guy. You guys need a shortstop. This guy's defense, you know, what I'm not gonna talk about whatever. Ego. I don't want to even go there. But anyway, this can be your guy. He reaches out to me, like, like this is gonna be cool, whatever. And it starts like going decent, and then like within like a couple days, I think, or not even, like I got a call from the current still head coach Steve Holm, and he's like, hey man, we're like pretty much I'm gonna fly up. I'm playing in Canada at the time, playing for summer ball or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna come see you. I'm like, the fuck, okay, like cool, like this is all happening like fast. And I still like no research. I'm just like, cool, fucking Division 1, like whatever. Like they want me, cool. Comes watches me, freaking play whatever. I didn't even like do that good. Like I went like 1 for 3 on the day, broken bat, fucking single. Like I played pretty good defense, like showed the skills, whatever. I remember he was watching literally like watching by our dugout the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but up until like probably like the 5th inning or something like that, and then he's just gone. I'm like, oh, well, fuck, yeah, dang it, like I guess I didn't do good enough, like fuck. And then I get a call after the game, like, Aidan, yeah, I think you look good in red. I'm like, I think so too. Boom, and that was it. Like no research, didn't even fucking look up the campus, didn't look up the record, didn't look up freaking anything. Like this is the goal is now, like fucking. So I just went, just fucking went, and it just showed up, man. And there's a lot of things like that, like even like my freaking first JUCO, like I visited them after I committed to them, like just like you give me an opportunity, cool. So yeah, the flying by the seat of your pants flying by the seat of my pants has been sometimes unbeknownst to me, like as far as intention, that's just kind of been how I've gone about my life. It's just been like, all right, this is an opportunity, I feel it, let's go. So yeah, that's where the title comes from. Sorry for the long freaking whatever at the end there, should put at the beginning, whatever. If you watched, I doubt anybody is going to watch this, especially make it all the way through all that chaos to the end to even hear all that. But yeah, this was kind of cool. So I think I'm gonna keep doing these, and I'll try. I don't know. I say I'll try because it gives me room to not do it later if I just say I'll try, and I don't have to commit because it's scary. So I will keep doing this. The consistency of it and what days and whatever, that will come later, but this should be a fun journey for myself, and yeah, cool. Take it easy. All right, there again. I should have added it at the end of the video. I do have Instagram, I guess. I do. It's if you want to follow me. I don't really post on there, but I probably should. I mean, if you want to just toss me a follow so you know I'm not lying about baseball. I don't know. Don't know. Shouldn't really be caring, but whatever. My Instagram is ahugs. That's AHUGGS 6. And then all right, there again. I should have added it at the end of the video. I do have Instagram, I guess. I do. It's if you want to follow me. I don't really post on there, but I probably should. I mean, if you want to just toss me a follow so you know I'm not lying about baseball. I don't know. Don't know. Shouldn't really be caring, but whatever. My Instagram is ahugs. That's AHUGGS 6. And then I also have TikTok. I do actually post more on there. It's just whatever, like silly stuff sometimes. I recently posted something a little bit more serious on a rant. Try and sprinkle in a joke in there. But yeah, some like outfit stuff, some like random travel stuff. I'm started posting more on there as far as just like silliness. Like I'm really into like writing jokes and being silly, and I like I like a lot of stuff, so I'll start just putting more of the things I like on there. And yeah, cool. See ya.